They said the drum only spoke the truth. They said no man should ever play it for pride. But Adisella believed talent made him special, and so, he played. In a small village where the earth was red as rust and the palm trees whispered stories to the wind, there lived a young man named Adisella. He was known for his hands that could coax music from wood and skin as though they were extensions of his soul. When he touched a drum, children stopped running mid-chase, elders leaned closer on their walking sticks, and even the night insects seemed to pause in their symphony. His music was more than sound, it was a language, one that could make hearts soar, tears fall, or spirits dance. From festival to festival, Adisella's name traveled far beyond the village paths. Merchants from neighboring towns spoke of him in hushed, reverent tones, travelers carried tales of his rhythms to distant cities, and every word of praise fed a growing pride that Adisella barely noticed. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in crimson and gold, the village elder, Baba Olimide, called Adisella aside. His face was a map of years lived in patience and wisdom. Talent, Adisella, he said, voice as gentle as the evening breeze, is a loan, not a possession. The world will give you hands that can play, but it will take them back if pride rules them. Never let your music make you greater than the truth it carries. Adisella smiled, a hint of amusement curling his lips, and bowed slightly. But inside, his heart thumped with quiet defiance. His hands were magic. His skill was unmatched. How could mere pride undo what destiny had given him? That night, the village slept under a blanket of stars, and the crickets hummed their lullabies. But Adisella did not sleep. A sound called to him, a rhythm deep, ancient, and pulsing with life. It came from the forest, far beyond where lanterns could light the path. Compelled by curiosity, and perhaps a whisper of hubris, he walked through the tangled undergrowth, past towering palms and whispering leaves, until he reached a clearing. There, bathed in moonlight, rested a drum unlike any he had ever seen. Its wood was dark as the night itself, its skin stretched taut, and it hummed with an energy that seemed to breathe. A voice, soft as the wind rustling through the palms, whispered, "Play with humility, or not at all." Adisella laughed softly. Humility was for those who lacked talent. He raised his hands and struck the drum. The sound that erupted was not merely music, it was the voice of the earth itself. The drum spoke forgotten truths, revealed hidden histories, and named heroes long buried by time. People no longer listened to Adisella for music alone, they listened for truth. And as they listened, Adisella began to feel a heady intoxication. The truth seemed to belong to him, a treasure he could bend, shape, and wield. He twisted the drum's voice to elevate himself. In rhythm, he mocked elders, rewrote stories, and reshaped history to his favor. The drum vibrated beneath his hands as if warning him, but pride was a storm that could not be calmed. His fame spread beyond the village. People traveled from distant towns, bringing offerings and coins just to witness the magic of the drum and the man who controlled it. Adisella reveled in their admiration, laughter rolling from his lips like thunder. But pride is a fragile thing. During the greatest festival of the year, under a canopy of countless torches and a sky full of stars, Adisella took center stage. The air hummed with anticipation. He raised his hands and played with unmatched skill, weaving intricate rhythms that dazzled the eyes and ears. Yet the drum, ancient and wise, refused to obey. Its voice cut sharply, exposing every falsehood, every manipulation, every lie he had hidden beneath his music. The crowd fell silent. The elders' eyes filled with sorrow. Adisella froze, trembling as if the drum itself had reached inside his chest. "Stop speaking," he whispered, voice cracking. But the drum answered only in truth. Truth cannot be silenced. A sharp crack split the night. The drum broke, its skin tearing, its voice fading. Silence swallowed the festival. The crowd looked on, stunned. Adisella fell to his knees, shame and despair sinking like stones into his heart. For the first time, the village did not applaud. For the first time, the hands that had brought him praise felt heavy with regret. Days passed. Adisella wandered the village quietly, his music reduced to ordinary drums, played not for fame, but for peace. He tended his garden, helped elders, and listened to the laughter of children without seeking notice. He learned slowly, painfully, that when talent is ruled by pride, it becomes a curse rather than a gift. But the fire in his heart, though humbled, did not die. One evening, while polishing his modest drum, Adisella closed his eyes and remembered the ancient drum in the forest. He remembered the voice, the power, and the lessons it had tried to teach. And he realized something vital: mistakes did not define him, but choices could. He stood, feeling the rhythm of the earth beneath his feet. He would start again, not for fame, not for praise, but for truth and humility. Slowly, deliberately, he lifted his hands and played. The notes were quiet at first, imperfect, but honest. And as they drifted across the red soil of the village, the wind seemed to carry a whisper: "This is the beginning, Adisella. Play with humility, and listen." And so he did. If this story moved you, let it speak again. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share the rhythm with someone who needs the reminder. More stories await, stories of truth, pride, wisdom, and second chances.